Coming up in the program, if you've got a nasty bill from IRD, don't panic. What's on in the art scene? Rates, rebates, what are they? And the high volume of trucks on our road, are they to blame for the road toll? Kia ora, welcome to Central News for Thursday the 29th of January. I'm Hilary Entwistle. Bay of Plenty residents may receive a nasty shock in the shape of a bill for outstanding income tax this week. But the message is don't panic after an inland revenue glitch. IRD officials have revealed they are aware of 475 incorrect tax demands that have been sent out nationwide due to the malfunction, with 19 mailed to the Bay of Plenty addresses. This comes in the form of a February 7th due date reminder letter with the incorrect amount of tax owed showing. IRD Group Manager of Collections, David Udi, says the glitch is being taken seriously and it urges anyone who thinks they have been falsely billed to contact the IRD. And an administration building at Tamapahori Marae sustained extensive damage in a fire that police are treating as arson. Tauranga Police have confirmed the fire, which was noticed by local residents just after 11 p.m. on Tuesday night, is suspicious. Police detectives and fire investigators from the New Zealand Fire Service have been involved in conducting a scene examination. Until forensic testing is completed, police are unable to say exactly what caused the fire, but have confirmed that it is suspicious. Police are interested in hearing from anybody who was in the area at the time and who may have seen any suspicious behaviour. Hamilton Boys High School are on course for their third successive Super 8 cricket title after a devastating bowling display against Tauranga Boys College yesterday. Hamilton took first use of the bat at Tauranga Boys headquarters at Nicholson Field, and after a half-century apiece from Matty Clark and Jacob Gibson got the Waikato outfit away to a good start, who went on to post 220 over 9. But as the home side looked to respond at the crease, the Hamilton turned the screw in what was a brutal bowling attack, dismissing Tauranga Boys for just 54. Braden Gaylor did some severe damage with the ball, taking 4 wickets for only 6 runs. Now for our region's weather for Friday. Hamilton, long sunny spells. Humid with light winds, you've got that high of 29 again and an overnight low of 17. Waikato, mainly fine, areas of morning and evening cloud, humid with light winds. Paeroa 27 and 17. Matamata 25 and 17, Te Awamutu 29 and 17, and Tokoroa 26 and 17. Tauranga, your Friday is looking like you will have long fine spells. Some evening drizzle there might dampen the barbecue. You do have light winds. Your expected high is 26 and an overnight low of 10. Bay Plenty, cloudy periods with patchy evening drizzle, humid with light winds. Your expected high in Te Puke is 25 and an overnight low of 18. Marine weather now for the west coast in Raglan. You have a southwest swell of 1 metre. Your high tide is at 7:24 in the morning. East coast, Bay of Plenty, northeast 10 knots with cloudy periods and possible drizzle. Your high tide is at 4:29. Still to come in the program, rates, rebates, Avalanche City, but just ahead, what's on in Tauranga. Welcome back to Central News. Summer is always a busy time for the art scene in Tauranga, so I caught up with the ladies from Creative Tauranga to find out what we can do.
This month we have Birgit Shannon, who will be in the Alcove Gallery. Her exhibition is titled Circles of Life. It's very vibrant and colourful, really exciting. So with Birgit, we have in the Simpson Grierson Gallery, we've got Miriam Ruberl and Michael State. They're collaborating together, and yeah, it's going to be titled Seeds of Papatūānuku, and it's very cultural, and really excited to have all three artists together in the gallery. I think it's a really nice variety. Yeah, and so also in the Willow Gallery we've got a Treaty of Waitangi display because Waitangi Day is on the 6th of February. So yeah, it's commemorating that, and it's going to be, really excited.
What will be on for the Treaty of Waitangi?
So that is, James Muir is putting that together, and it's going to be a series of photographs, historical and present, with a copy of the treaty, and it's really going to be to help people understand what happened during the signing of the treaty and what's happening today.
Sundays is coming up in March. Tell us about that.
So Sundays is a music festival that happens at Dickey Flat in Waihi on the 6th till the 8th of March. It's a very family, community-orientated festival with lots of really awesome bands and DJs, including OPO, Trinity Roots, Sidewalk Empire, and many, many others. So go out and get your tickets through Event Finder.
And Tracy, Jazz in the Garden.
1st of March from 2 p.m. at Brain Watkins House, which is a historical house in Tauranga on Cameron Road. There is Jazz in the Garden, so I understand there is quite a fantastic entertainment spread on that afternoon, and it's sort of kicking off for the Jazz Festival, that sort of thing that we'll be entering into in March as well. So yeah, would pay to get in and get some tickets and make a nice afternoon of it.
And for those of us who like Shakespeare?
Very exciting. Susie Sampson is from Tauranga. She's an amazing actress with global experience, and she is putting on a Midsummer Night's Dream out at Te Puna Quarry Park. It's going to be quite magical. I've talked to them quite a bit about the production and what they're doing out there, and it will be of a quality not seen here in our woods before, I don't think. So I think it's very exciting, and it's happening for quite a few nights throughout February. So tickets are available through Bay Court or Ticketek, and certainly check out our Facebook and website pages for more information.
And it is Tarnished Frocks and Divas year, isn't it?
It certainly is. We're certainly in the mode for the show this year, and on the 1st of February from around 4 o'clock, one of the first sessions we're kicking off with is called Tea, Tipple and Talks at Mills Reef Winery, and that's for anyone that's really interested in getting involved in the creative side of the event. There'll be some auditions later in the year in May, so you may, for those that are 40 and over, they may like to consider getting on Facebook, liking that page, or signing in on Tarnished Frocks and Divas website and watching out for those important dates going forward. So the show's in August. It's all go now.
If you'd like to find out more about any of these events, you can visit creativetauranga.org.nz. The road toll for 2014 was not something to be proud of for the Western Bay Plenty. 14 fatal accidents resulted in 16 deaths, the highest road toll in a decade. I spoke with Inspector Kevin Taylor about the high volume of trucks on our roads and improving the safety on the Kaimai Range.
The potential danger is always there. The volume of trucks is not going to reduce. Port of Tauranga is one of the busiest, and by volume the busiest port in New Zealand. That isn't going to reduce anytime soon. So you're going to see the same number, if not more. So the potential is there. That does not necessarily mean that the roads are less safe because there's lots of trucks there. Truck drivers are professionals. They're professional drivers. Most of them drive very well all of the time. Some of them break the rules, like the rest of us. Sometimes we break the rules. I guess that the important thing is just to be aware that a large truck can't stop in the same distance that a car can. So when you do stupid things around trucks, like brake suddenly in front of them, things are going to go wrong.
Trucks actually have to go 90 k's. Some of them don't do this, but the ones that do you think that sometimes causes people to get irritable because they want to go 100 k's?
Look, 100 k's is the speed limit, it's the maximum. Most of the roading network is not suitable for driving at 100 kilometres an hour. and the time difference over a journey of 10 to 15 minutes between 90 and 100 is seconds. So I'm very conscious that people have to drive faster, have to get there 10 seconds earlier than they would otherwise. The risk some people take in overtaking trucks, or the impatience that they show, is really unfortunate and sometimes really dangerous.
Do you think impatience leads to a lot of our road fatalities?
Impatience leads to risky behaviours. Sometimes that leads to crashes, and sometimes that leads to serious consequences and fatalities. Not always. If I was to generalise, my observation over a number of years is that a large number of New Zealand drivers are rude, are arrogant, and drive like they have the sole right to the road. We share the environment. We actually need to be a little bit more courteous.
The top of the Kaimai Range was the scene of some pretty horrific accidents last year. Are the police going to look at that area to see what kind of improvements can be made?
Well, we've worked for quite a long time now with the New Zealand Transport Agency on the Kaimais. We've seen some significant reductions, particularly over the winter time, on the top of the Kaimais. There was a fatal crash this year, 2014, at the top of the Kaimais. That's not to do with the conditions of the road. That was a fatigue-related and alcohol-related matter. So that's driver error as opposed to the environment. But we'll continue to work with partner agencies in making that a safer driving environment. But again, it's the drivers, the people using the road, are the key players in this who make it safe.
So NZTA had introduced that speed trial with the electronic signs with differing speeds allocated to different conditions, warning about the weather conditions. Do you think that's helped?
Certainly hasn't hurt the situation. Yes, it's a step in the right direction. Personally, I believe it's a good move, a good initiative. It's going to continue, from what I understand, but it still can't stop people driving inappropriately. Any warnings that we can give people that this environment is less safe than it would be otherwise has to be a good move.
Coming up after the break, rates rebates. If you've just joined us, welcome to Central News. Rates rebates. What does it mean and who is eligible?
It's a low-income, it's a scheme provided for low-income earners. It's put out by the Department of Internal Affairs, and councils administer it on their behalf. Yeah.
So who is eligible? You said it's low income, so how low income do you kind of have to be?
It's roughly around 25,000, although however if you earn more or less than that you still may be eligible, and you might just get a partial rebate rather than the full amount. Yeah.
Now, what is the value of a rebate? I mean, is it a particular number for every single person, or?
No, the maximum rebate is set for this year is $605. So, like I said before, if somebody earns, say, over that 25,000, they may get a rebate of $300 or something along those lines. So it's still a contribution towards their rates.
Do you have many people actually applying for their rebate?
We've got about 1,200 a year. However, we've been told for our district there's about 3,000 out there that should qualify. So there's only half, unfortunately, getting these rebates, which we want to increase, obviously.
Because, I mean, how much of a percentage of your actual overall rates would it be?
Well, average rates are around $2,000 a year. So if they got the $605 rebate, that's a quarter of your annual rate bill, so it's a huge saving if people can qualify for this.
Yeah, definitely, especially if you're on that lower income. I mean, $600 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
So how do we actually go about and get a rates rebate?
It's actually really simple. We make appointments, so you can make an appointment at any of our Matamata, Morans or Te Araha offices, either by phoning or calling in, and we make an appointment for you. Appointments take about 10 minutes. There's a little bit of information that we need you to provide, but other than that, it's really simple, and then we give you money.
And who doesn't want free money?
Exactly, yeah.
Are you finding that why do you think people don't apply for it?
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if they're just not aware that this scheme exists, or if they're a little bit hesitant about, what they needed to do, or and how they needed to go about it, if it was too hard. But honestly, it's not hard. It's very simple, and we'll help you all we can. Yeah.
Because you said it is a national scheme, so it's it's all around the country. Why do we not hear more about it?
I'm not too sure really. We're trying to in Little Matamata Piako get it out there because we want to help people as much as we can with their rates. We know it's not easy out there, and so whatever we can do to help, we're here, yeah.
So say if I did apply for my rates rebate, what's going to happen? Are you going to give me $600 in cash straight away? Or?
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? No, unfortunately it doesn't work that. So it is a rebate on your rate. So what happens is we send the applications away to the Department of Internal Affairs. They do audit these applications, and then they'll refund council the money, which is then applied to your rates. So we can definitely help further though, like it will, if you're paying automatic payments and things like that, it can reduce what you're paying, and we can work out those payments for you. And we've got a really good record. We've had no returns from Department of Internal Affairs, so we must be doing a good job.
So just remind us again, who is eligible, how much we can get, and how to do it.
Okay, so anybody that was living at their property or the house that they own on 1st of July 2014, that's a low income earner, but hey, just talk to us. We can help around that side, and yeah, just come in and bring in your information, make an appointment, and we'll sort you out.
You can visit any of the Matamata Piako Council offices to find out more about rates rebates. In our next story, Dave Baxter of Avalanche City reached musical success with his single Love, Love, Love. I caught up with him at Festival One to chat about his new album he is working on and slide guitar.
I'm just playing with a friend of mine, just hanging out and playing some slide guitar, some lap steel.
Some slide guitar?
Yeah, it's a new skill that I picked up, and today was actually like my first performance as a slide guitar player.
The slide guitar is quite amazing to watch. It's pretty intricate.
My one's probably not so amazing to watch and not as intricate, but it's fun to play.
Do the audience look like they were having fun?
Yeah.
That's the main thing. That's the main thing.
Yeah, they were loving it. They were in like 30-degree heat, but they were loving it still. So that's something.
They were sweating with excitement.
Yes. Great descriptive words, awesome.
So you have been to parachute festivals, obviously, played a lot of them. This is Festival One. How does it feel different?
Well, it's funny because it still feels like pretty similar. Like, I mean, you sort of come down the hill and you kind of expect it to be like parachute because it's still in the same venue and similar bands and stuff like that. But it's pretty cool. Like, I quite like it, and I like how it's sort of enclosed in the back area, and it's cool. Yeah. Do you like it?
I do. I like how there's lots of kids around and stuff, that kind of like family atmosphere.
It definitely, yeah, you're right. It definitely does feel more family orientated with the breaks for dinner and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's quite cool. It's kind of like a giant, big school.
Yes. And tons of meat tonight, apparently.
Yeah, I heard about that. That does sound pretty exciting. This is what the only reason I came.
Yeah, okay, great.
So, you're working on your new album. Can you tell us the name of it, or is that kind of secret?
I probably won't release the name just yet. I'll do that a little bit closer to the time. Yeah.
How far are we talking until you're kind of releasing it?
Well, there's no release date yet.
No.
So it could be soon. It could be ages away, but I'm hoping soon. Hoping like probably March for the first single at least.
Whereabouts are you out to? You kind of recorded most of it and it's getting mastered now, or is it?
Well, actually, yeah. So I recorded it myself over the last year, and then my mix engineer in Seattle mixed it end of last year, and then it was about to get mastered, and then I wrote a new song, and so I've been rush kind of like recording that, and that's getting mixed like right now as we kind of speak. So when that's done, then it'll get mastered, and then we'll talk about like release plans.
What made you just go, hold on a minute, hold the press?
I didn't. It just kind of like popped out one day, and I was like, this needs to be on the album. So yeah, we halted everything for it.
What was the inspiration for this new song? You're intriguing me. It sounds like there was, some sort of major, no, this has got to be on it. It sounds like it's going to be good.
No, I think the thing was that I figured out, so a friend of mine had said that they'd written tons of songs just this last year, and I just suddenly realised that I'd only written a few songs that year, and so I was just feeling like, not good about myself, and so I wrote a new song, and it was good, so that's how it happened.
What is the inspiration for some of the songwriting?
That's a tricky one because you just have to, as a creative person, you kind of need to take inspiration from tons of different places. You can never just take it from one, otherwise your songwriting will become dry. So lots of different places. This new album, this new album's got a lot of sad songs on it. Actually, I'm kind of a little bit scared about it. But there's a few sad songs just because some friends of mine have relationships have broken up and stuff like that, so I kind of take it on board and it comes out of my music for some reason.
Well, it's better than you moping around.
That's true, yeah. If anyone listens to my new album, my life isn't in crisis, my life is fine, but some of my friends have had hard times. This one comes and this one goes. So here we are across the road. In whispers, you say let it go, let it go.
That is Central News for today. If you'd like to get in contact with us, you can via our Facebook page, centralnews.tv, or email us news@tvcentral.co.nz. Join me again tomorrow night when we find out about the struggles of being a writer in New Zealand and food safety, the links with GE Foods. Until then, I'm Hilary Entwistle. I hope you have a lovely evening.
This has been an Alpha Media production, a division of Television Media Group.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.